Welcome! I haven't done these videos in a while. I just got back from my forest. Although nature is still asleep, but first greens are here. And what we will do, we will mix and match watercolors. So I will have 5 subjects in front of me. I will mix and we will compare, and then we will get the color tone we are looking for. Let's go! Looking from distance, you may think that all these greens are in one color tone, but they are not. And we will notice that when we will place them side by side and mix. For this practice, I am choosing these leaves, and this is intentionally. My April big artwork will have this subject. Then I'm taking this one. And you can see straight away, right beside, how different these greens are. Then I have another one, beautiful, but definitely different. Look at these ones. Then I am choosing this one. Maybe even this one, bigger one, but this one smaller will be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the 5th, I will pick. So I have 2 options. Maybe this one. There's a lot of red color. Or maybe we can mix this one. Which one? We will see. Maybe even 6. Let's go. Watercolors, ceramic palette, clean water. A little bit mist of clean water to my watercolors to awaken them. Simple brush, old brush. For mixing watercolors you can use, better to use synthetic brushes, old brushes, definitely not your finest brushes. Paper towel. I will start with this one. So I have these leaves, and all new fresh leaves of spring have a lot of yellow color. They're new, they're so full of life. I will start this mix with, let's start classical blue, ultramarine blue, with lemon yellow, a little bit more of blue. I'm always adding pigments with one small touches so I can see how the color changes. I'm not guessing, I'm observing. Adding a little bit more of yellow. Now we can always test right beside the subject, and what I see that leaves are more natural green, earthy green. To get that, I need a little touch of red. Just a tiny touch of red will create my green mix more earthy green. Just this little touch of red changes color. Important, don't add red too much with little touches, because if you add too much, you will get brown color, but a little touch will give you earthy tone. I want to try different pigments. Now I would like to go with indigo, transparent yellow, and now a little touch of red, just a tiny touch, a little bit more of yellow. Best way to practice watercolor mixing is when you have your subject in front of you. Not close, I mean close, but not exactly what I need. A little touch of red. I feel that I need a little bit more of that earthy color. A little bit more. Oops, too much. A little bit more of yellow and touch of blue. Now it went way too yellow. Testing. Yes, much closer, and with a little bit of indigo and more transparent yellow for the darker tone. Yes, I like this much better. So my color for these leaves, the pigments for these leaves will be indigo, transparent yellow, alizarin crimson. Ultramarine blue and lemon yellow felt closer to this. This has a lot of earthy tones. Test and experiments with pigments you already have. Now, second leaf, and we can see that there's some purple, violetish, pearl and violet, pearl and maroon color. So let's try with ultramarine blue, lemon yellow, and I will add a little bit more of lemon yellow. And now I will add a touch of pearl and maroon instead of alizarin crimson. Beautiful color. Let's test. Oh, how close. A little bit more of pearl and maroon. Also careful, because too much of pearl and maroon will get you brown. Testing. Oh, that is close. That is so close. Of course, it is not close and in intensity, but we are looking for color tone, not the intensity. My technique has layers, so adding this color in multiple layers, I will get the intensity. But color tone, I think it's perfect. Yes. So for this one, I have ultramarine blue, lemon yellow, pearl and maroon. And even in some places, there's more greenish colors, so ultramarine blue with lemon yellow and smaller amount of pearl and maroon will do perfectly. Now we have next contestant for our video. And of course, there's a lot of yellow in this subject. So I will start with lemon yellow. Lemon yellow. A touch of sap green. Let's see. Nice color. Let's add a little touch of red, just a tiny touch. A little bit more. This is way better because there's some earthy colors. And for the leaves, I'm adding a little bit more of sap green, and I get the color that I need. This is lemon yellow, sap green, and alizarin crimson. Remember that I'm using professional pigments that are rich in pigment. So every time, as you can see, I'm taking small amount of pigment and I still get vibrant watercolor mixes. Let's continue with this one. For this, I am taking, let's start with ultramarine blue. Let's try Indian yellow. A little bit more, oh, too much. Adding with little touches, ultramarine blue and indigo. Now too bluish. I need a little bit more. Oh, I added lemon yellow. Sorry for that. I don't want to confuse you. We will start again. So I started with ultramarine blue and Indian yellow, right? But all together, oh, now it's coming more. Oh yes, this is nice. A touch of red, just a tiny, oops. You see how red quickly turns into brown. This mix I would not try to correct because correcting mixes is not the best option. So better to clean this and start again. And that is also one of the reasons why I'm picking small amount of watercolors, because I can adjust, and in case I can remove and start over, and I will not be sorry for the wasted few drops of pigment. Okay, starting again, ultramarine blue and Indian yellow. Let's add a teeny tiny touch of red, not too much, and compare. I want to add lemon yellow still, and a touch of ultramarine blue. Now let's compare now. I think it's very close, very close. A little bit of red. Yes, perfect. So for this mix, we have, so what we did, we had ultramarine blue, Indian yellow, lemon yellow, and alizarin crimson. Next participant has a lot of red color in it. I need to clean up some space. Let's start sap green. Looking closer. Ultramarine blue. Touch of lemon yellow. There are, and now to this one, adding a touch of red. And there will be alizarin crimson, carefully mixed together with this green, not to overmix, but this definitely would be a very careful work of different pigments, because if we overmix these colors, then we will get brown. We don't need brown, we need a beautiful mix. But this is even closer to pearl and maroon. Let's clean up a little bit of area. So I'm taking pearl and maroon. Yes, much better. And with some green of the mix. And then maybe alizarin crimson as a little touch to brighten that color. Yes. So here we have sap green, ultramarine blue, lemon yellow. That is for the green. And here we have pearl and maroon plus green mix and plus alizarin crimson. This is for this color. And last but not least, we have these beautiful spring, I don't know how they called in English. We call them 𝗝𝗡 𝗞𝗶𝗀𝗁. That is our, in Latvian, called 𝗝𝗡. And for the gray mix, what we need? We need 3 primary colors. Yellow, red, and blue. Now this gray is more greenish. That means I need more blue. Now it becomes more bluish. What I need? I need a touch of red. Carefully, not too much. Again, red can easily turn it into brown. A little bit more blue. Yay, now it's becoming closer to the gray that we need. Testing. and diluting with water for the beautiful feathers. I would say even those feathers have a little bit of warmth. To get warmth, red and yellow, and we will get a little bit of warmth. Primaries, yellow, red, and blue. This is for this one. Well, and that's it. We just mixed 6 different subjects. Haven't done this in a while. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial and learned something new. Comment in comment section, ask questions if you have. I love to see your comments and answer to them. Thank you and see you in my next video.